Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Now that if with time what we expect that the insulation resistance should increase with time. For a good insulation, for bad insulation will not increase. Why? For good insulation it will increase, it is for the capacitive current. Now for the capacitive current a complication arises, that you see this curve which we were explaining. Where was that resultant curve? Was there, I think somewhere it was there. Not this one. Yeah, got it. Can you see this curve? That the main problem or the confusion, what is this capacitance charging current, what is this absorption current, what is this total current. Now let us uh, just discuss to make these things clear. Now I will try to draw something, please follow it carefully. It has got a typical concept that first of all, suppose these are the two suppose this is one electrode, this is one electrode, in between dielectric is there. Between uh, so suppose you have given a charge of plus and minus, so the electric field external is in this direction. Inside there is a dielectric slab here inside the whole structure. Now the dielectric, please follow these things very carefully, it will not be explained in any textbook in that way. Suppose this is the dielectric slab. After manufacturing, it has got several dipoles oriented inside it in a haphazard manner. What do? I place this dielectric inside this electrode and short circuit it and keep for several days. What will happen if there is any unbalance of energy? Then these dipoles, why this unbalance of energy will come? If any of the dipole is not in its comfortable, or what I call it, low energy position. Uh, can you follow this point? Suppose it has to go in this direction. This is its final low energy position. By some means of thermal agitation, whatever it is in this position. So it will try to rotate in this way for its original home, and in for this rotation it must release the energy, and that energy will be in external circuit will be released as electric current I. Can you follow this point? Anyone? Is my microphone working? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you follow what I am telling? Okay, okay. So it will be just giving rise to this current and the dipole will be relaxing. What happens if I keep suppose 1 month like this? Any energy, all energy will be just short circuited and this dipole will be in its minimum energy position. Is it clear? Now,
Yes, sir.
okay, that position, particularly I am telling that at that position, suppose this is the orientation of the haphazard orientation of the dipole. This is the haphazard orientation of the dipole. Now, if you remove this shorting, if I remove it and apply a battery, just like charging a capacitor and ammeter, how? Now I will apply, look this, in this plate I will apply positive and negative will be applied here. Now it is in absolute equilibrium position. What will happen if this is the current I, this is the time t, with time current will almost decrease to zero within a very short time. This from initial condition up to say almost full charge, say 90% of full charge, I will get this type of curve. I remember this curve. Keep it here, okay. Up to this, is it clear that if I charge it, it will give rise to a sloping type decreasing current? Is it clear up to this?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Next step. Now what I will do, see very carefully, just like magnetic hysteresis loop test, I will just reverse the direction. I will just reverse the direction of the battery. A time will come when the current will be zero. Why? Because see, these dipoles were in the equilibrium position. After manufacturing, I have kept it shorted for 1 month. So everything was in equilibrium. Now it is oriented. How? Let us see. Now let us see that due to this external field, the minute things were almost oriented. Now if I reverse the direction, now I reverse the field direction. everything will again try to go into their previous condition. So for a particular dipole, suppose it was almost here, now it will start to rotate. So everything will be rotating in their original positions back. But surprisingly, if you see, when there will be a zero current position, because now see what happens if I see, look, I have put it in this way. I just draw it very carefully. Suppose for some time the current is becoming slower, and say after this period of time t, I have just made the polarity in the opposite direction, or I have reversed it. What will happen, see, it will again be like this. It will again try to reach zero. The current will try to reach this position. Now what happens when the current is zero? You will find a peculiar thing, that this all the dipoles, after manufacturing and shorting for 1 month, the exact position is not replicated or duplicated. Suppose this dipole was previously in this direction. Now at current 0 point, it is in this direction. But still, why the current is 0? Because of the influence of other dipoles. So there is another equilibrium. Since there are several type of dipoles, equilibrium can be achieved, or the stability point can be achieved at different points of different type of combinations, not only exactly one type of combination. For that different type of combination, it is very likely that some of the dipoles will be in the state of non-returning to their original. That means I again show you by constructing two plates. Suppose this dipole has to go here, but for the second equilibrium, when after charging I let the system to discharge, the dipole is in this position. It did not go to zero. So this will be another equilibrium point when all these dipoles, suppose 1, 2, 3. For this dielectric, this was the original position. Now when I have charged and again discharged, again there will be a current 0. But look at this dipole, suppose, is in this position. This dipole is in this position and this dipole is in this position. Due to this, a local current 0 has been achieved. This is the another type of equilibrium. But the result is same. The current is 0 through the external circuit. Though the current is 0, this dipole it is in this position originally, so it will always have a tendency to go to this direction. So what will happen if you remove all the external circuit? These dipoles will again try to orient in that position and will give rise to some charge at the two ends. This charge will be eventually dissipated through the surface of the dielectric, because as soon as there is potential difference, air is there, something will discharge it. It cannot be in that way in an infinite period. Even if you connect a very high impedance voltmeter, you will see this voltage, though there was the current zero. So what I want to tell, that the original equilibrium and this local equilibrium is not the same. Since the local equilibrium is not the same, when again you charge for the second time for original charging, the current was like this. Now you have discharged. Now you see for the second time, suppose the current path is this charging current path. The difference of the two gives a curve. Difference of the two gives a curve which is equivalent to the energy stored or absorbed in the dielectric. And that is called the dielectric absorption current, that the energy was absorbed and it was never released. Though I have discharged it quickly, I charged it from the dipoles moved from their original position due to electric field. Due to external electric field, it moved from the original position. But for returning back, it achieved another equilibrium, not the original equilibrium. And for this another type of equilibrium, so when I charge next time, it will start from this point and not from this point. So the charging path will be different. This difference is regarded as the, what I call this, you see there is a absorption current, there is the capacitance charging current, and the resultant is the total current you will get. So in a reverse manner, if I just take out the charging current by charging the original untouched dielectric and charge for second time and subtract it, I will get this current, what is absorbed inside the dielectric. That absorption current is defined in that way. Another type of current is there, that is called the polarization current. So I have got the total current, which you will always get. You will never segregate these two parts. To segregate the capacitance charging current and absorption current, you will have to perform the experiment that I have told you. First, you will have to get the original capacitance charging current by the equilibrium position or the original position in the dielectric. This is similar. If you see the magnetic hysteresis curve, it starts from 0 for the first time. Now it never returns. Did you remember this? It started from 0. This is equivalent to the original charging current. And the second time you are charging, you are getting this. This is the, suppose this is the total current for the second time. If you get the two differences, I'm just giving the analogy with the magnetic loop. This is the first time, this is the second time, and the difference will give you some another curve. This is called the absorption current. And what is polarization current then? You will always get the resultant current, not these components as usual cannot be separated. Then what is the polarization current? Polarization current is something you will get for a relatively longer amount of time. If you continue for a more time, you will get a picture which will be due to the polarization, because what happens in this zone, the firstly the dielectrics move very quickly. This is also a polarization, but the main polarization is manifested when it is almost in the direction of field and just slowly moves to reach the ultimate goal. So that needs some more time. Since it is exponential, to move from here to here, it will take much more time. So for more time, what the current you will get is called the polarization current. So the people, after observing several type of current, has defined the capacitance charging current, the dielectric absorption current, and the polarization current. So all these three, how we will determine? We will determine for the first time the current we will get for the untouched dielectric will be the charging current. A relatively short amount of time will give you the difference between the two, will be giving you the absorption current, and the current for a substantial amount of time, more time, will give you the polarization current. So these three currents are segregated in that way. Ultimately you will get nothing, you will only get a resultant current. And so there are testing method when you can get the current. I will explain it you when we will do the testing, the methods. So this part was the first thing, first chapter actually. Now let us see that effect of temperature on insulation resistance. First of all, the three difference between the three current, is it somewhat clear that for more time it will be the graph will be for regarded as polarization current, the first time will be regarded as charging current, and intermediate second time charging or third time charging minus the first time charging will give you the absorption current. Is this part clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, effect of temperature on insulation resistance. You will read this line: for every 10-degree increase in temperature, half the resistance, or for every 10-degree decrease, double the resistance. Now suppose at 20 degrees Celsius, resistance is 2 mega ohm. What will happen at 40 degree?
1 mega.
Exactly. So if you know why it is required, if I ask you, then the answer is very simple. If you don't have the information of temperature, suppose at winter time you have tested a resistance at 20 degree, you have got 1 mega ohm, 2 mega ohm resistance. 2 mega ohm was regarded as the perfect value in the literature. You were very satisfied that my equipment is very good. Now in the summer time, 20 degree has become 40 degrees Celsius. In outside, frequently you have seen temperature rises to 40 degree. Equipment always stand outside. Now you have measured and suddenly you have got a value of 1 mega ohm. Now you immediately conclude that my equipment is gone. I will have to inform my boss that, sir, please change the equipment. Will it be correct? No, because the equipment is just following its principle, that with temperature, insulation resistance changes. It is not doing any awkward thing. It is only following its standard physics and its rules. So the equipment is not bad. Only it is the problem that we have misconceptions. So we have to know this effect, that in summertime if it goes to 1 megaohm then also correct, in winter time it goes to 2 megaohm, that is also correct. Only we need to know these things. See, in I think second year there was electrical engineering materials, second or third year.
Second year.
Then electrical engineering material, there was the insulation class was there, and I am not elaborating it here. There was A, D, F, this type of insulation that according to temperature, that 180° was I think F in this way. So that table you will read, there was this problem sum that X amount of length, if I increase the temperature, the resistance decreases, find the resistance at this temperature. If you recapitulate, then this type of problem was there, a table was there, please read that. Okay. Now, effect of humidity. Again, if you don't know the effect of humidity, you will give some wrong impression. Will get some wrong impression, and you will make the think that the instrument has gone wrong. Some insulations are there which absorb moisture from the atmosphere and its insulation resistance decreases. If you make the insulation with that type of absorbing materials, I give you example. Cotton is not a conductor, it is insulator. But cotton easily absorbs water from atmosphere. If you just put a drop of water, cotton will soak. So if you tape a conductor with cotton and put two conductors side by side with the cotton insulation, you cannot expect that in the rainy season and in the dry winter season, the insulation resistance will be same. So that is very important, that where we are using, and if required, if it is very much that due, see here it is given that the due can deposit in the insulation, we will have to heat the equipment. So unless we know these things, we cannot take any precaution. Effect of temperature, effect of humidity, these things if you know, then if you operate your equipment in a very humid condition, some extra heater coils, fans, etc. will be required to drive away the moistures. Now again, important, discharge of capacitance. This is very much important. I tell you what happens. Even serious shock and moving to the hospital may also arise. Suppose you have a high voltage system which is like insulator. This is a dielectric or insulating slab. This is the earth point. This is a huge structure. Suppose this is 2 meters in diameter. This is say 0.5 meter. 2 meter means the area of the plate is large, and this will be a very high value of capacitor because this is insulating material. Now a party came and told you, please test this material. What you did with the help of Megger, you checked it. Now Megger what it does, it sends a very high voltage, like suppose 5000 volt, and it measures the current I. Very good. After measuring, you just remove the whole structure. Now you tell me, now after removing, will it be a capacitor? Yes or no? No answer. Anyone? After removing, after testing with 5000 volt, these two are conductor in between a dielectric. Will it be a capacitor or not?
না না স্যার
কেন? এই তো দুটো কন্ডাক্টর আছে, মাঝখানে একটা ইনসুলেটর আছে, ক্যাপাসিটর হবে না কেন? ভালো করে ভেবে বলো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার হবে তাহলে
তাই তো? আচ্ছা। Now we have charged this capacitor at 5000 volts and tested. Capacitor, if you give voltage like 5000, it will just hold that 5000 volt. It will hold that 5000 volt. And after testing, you even don't know that. তাই তো হবে? ভোল্টেজ দিলে ডাইইলেকট্রিকে একটা একটা প্লেটে ক্যাপাসিটর ভোল্টেজ দিলে কি হয়? ভোল্টেজটা যদি ওপেন সার্কিট থাকে, ভোল্টেজটা থেকে যাবে না? ক্যান ইউ
হ্যাঁ
আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড?
স্যার হ্যাঁ স্যার
এবার তুমি তো জানো না, ইউ হ্যাভ রিমুভ দ্য মেগার সিস্টেম and the party comes again to take it away. এইবার ওটা ধরলে কি হবে?
স্যার শক খাবে স্যার
প্রচন্ড। Not only shock, it will be a shock hazard. So be very careful. All insulators are dielectric, and even if you test, even if you run, all the insulator will be at charged condition, and that creates severe. Maybe I have tested only 5000 volt. It may so happen when the insulator is in operating condition, maybe it is at 100 kilovolts. Can you imagine if you get that shock? No time to even tell, you will die. So discharge of capacitance is always in our high voltage lab. If you see, we maintain an earth rod. First touch with a rod at earth potential, then touch by hand. Every time it is make compulsory in high voltage. Again, there is another problem, current leakage at switches. What happens sometimes, suppose all these things are very essential to know. Suppose there is a high voltage step up transformer. This is ground. This is say 100 kilovolt. In primary, our line supply 230 volt. One end is earth, another end is 230 volt with the help of a switch. Now switch is nothing hypothetical. Switch is a real structure. If you see how switch is made up of two contacts separated or held in a insulating medium. From here wire goes, here wire goes. If you touch it, this will be contacted. Now just think, if this medium has got some problem and has become leaky, then what will happen? It will not have infinite resistance, it will have some resistance. Now what will be the circuit? Switch in parallel with the resistance. Now you have turned off the switch and you are very satisfied. Now here, I think here is a terminal. Now since power is off, you are not careful and you go by the side and touch with this with the help of hand. Though the current will be lower, it is a resistance, not absolute short, but still there will be a voltage and you will get again shock even the switch is off. This is due to this leakage resistance in switch. Is this point clear?
Repeat, sir. No, sir. Please repeat, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that switch needs to be regularly checked. The insulator at voltage needs to be earthed after any type of testing. So these are the precautions you need.
Sir, can you please repeat the previous slide? I mean the leakage insulation.
I cannot hear, the volume is too low. Can you just repeat? Which one? This one?
The leakage insulation, sir. I couldn't follow.
This is the leakage
Yes, sir.
in switch. This one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You want me to explain it again?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you see what is a switch, look at this very carefully. How a switch is made? If you go into suppose internet, and search for switch and get the image, I think electric switch. Got it. This is not a where to show you. Okay, this is a good picture. Not done. Now look here, you will be able to understand. Can you see this clearly, this switch?
Yes, sir.
See, there is a base body. Okay? Keep on your microphone and answer me.
Yes, sir.
This is a base body. Now what I expect, when I touch this 2 point, the current will flow. See, I am showing you the path. The current will go here, go here, go here, and go here and will return. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now if I open this, the current will go here, will stop here, because this is a open point. But think of this base material. The two terminals are touching. There are 2 points of the base, the same base.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Acts as a capacitor.
not only capacitor, if this is a leaky device, suppose it has gone some wrong and its resistance is now not infinite but a low resistance device, what will happen? Current will flow through this even if you turn off the switch, through this path, because the body, suppose it has got absorbed moisture, it has got moisture, and with the help of this water surface it will just conduct here. Suppose it has, what can I tell you, it has got something carbonized, and carbon is a somewhat conductor, and with the help of this carbon layer, current can flow. So these things, after opening the switch, we will have to test with a Megger whether the resistance is infinite or not. Otherwise you will get a shock. Now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So current leakage as switches to be avoided. Discharge of capacitance to be avoided. Current leakage as switches to be avoided. Effect of capacitance we have already discussed. Now comes the is there in this is important, the 1 mega ohm rule. For equipment rated about 1000 volts, the 1 mega ohm rule is usually stated as a minimum of 1 mega ohm per 1000 volts. That I have explained you already, but just keep in mind this is the industry standard. When you go to industry, how to interpret quickly. Otherwise, you can test with the help of sophisticated equipment, but that will take time. Simply test and test that if the equipment operates say at 10 kilovolts, it should be 10 mega ohm resistance at least. This is the rule. Now there are several things. Minimum values for insulation resistance for rotating machinery. Rm equal to kV plus 1, where Rm is the recommended minimum insulation resistance is mega ohm at 40 degree for the entire machine winding. That will be, you will get the value when the company will supply you the machine, that Rm is this and this. So Rm equal to kV plus 1. kV is the rated machine terminal to terminal potential in kilovolts, and 1 will be at 1 mega ohm plus 1 mega ohm actually. So this is the principle we follow for rotating machinery. For bushing, at least 10,000 mega ohms is necessary. Cables and conductors, this is the formula. R equal to K log D, big D by capital D by small d. R mega ohms per 1000 feet of the cable. K some constant of insulating material that you will get from the manufacturer. D is the outer diameter of conductor insulation and small d is the diameter of the conductor. If you follow this, you will get whether the insulation resistance is within permissible or not, limit or not. For transformers, there are also some formulas. Root over kVA is in the denominator. C is the constant and E is the voltage reading under test, and R is the minimum 1 minute 500 volt DC insulation resistance. If you apply 500 volt DC, wait for minimum 1 minute. Now comes the step voltage method. What is a step voltage? Actually, step voltage I will tell you in the next class with more elaborated. Here it is given in brief. How to rise the voltage in step, I will show you by the curve, you will understand. Now the last part for today's class is the guard terminal. Yes, this is very essential. Now I explain it again. Listen this very carefully, you will understand. Suppose again, suppose this is an insulator with two terminals mounted here, and a party comes to me, please test this insulator. Very easy. Voltage and current method apply here. Through this insulation some current will take place. current will come and meter will take reading. Insulation resistance is equal to voltage by current. Perfect, no problem. Now what happens when you test? Usually you will test in the laboratory, no doubt about that. And in laboratory, it is a big laboratory, and you will see that it is not weather controlled. It's very difficult to control environmental control in a closed chamber is very difficult in big laboratories. It's not, cannot be done due to costing. So what happens at winter? No problem. But what happens at rainy season? Some of you please tell me that whether you have noticed when in rainy season, suppose this is your table, chair, everything. If you touch by hand, you will feel that it is somewhat sweat type. আমরা বলি কিরম একটা ঘেমে গেছে বর্ষায়. Did you notice that?
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Exactly. Now exactly suppose in rainy season that happens and moisture is here. So two type of current will flow. One through the volume of the medium, one through the surface. Now since there is moisture, more current will flow through the surface. This is I volume, this is I surface. So I surface is greater than I volume. Now the total current IT will be influenced by I surface much more because I surface is more. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then you will get definitely a wrong reading or a lower resistance, which is not true. It was a good insulator, but you have given the report that it is a bad insulator. It is a too low resistance. But what happened? It was not due to the insulator itself, it is the moisture at surface. But you could not separate it. Even if you wipe it away, again moisture will be deposited. And if you measure 5 times, 5 different values you will get, because moisture is migrating, some moisture is evaporating, some moisture is depositing. The equilibrium will not be same, and if you measure 10 times, you will get 10 different values. You will make the average, even the average will be wrong. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now how to avoid this surface problem and take out the only the value due to this insulation? Look very carefully. This is done by a process called guarding against this stray current. How do I do that? Look, okay, let us see how to do that. Now first of all, tell me why the current flows through the surface. It flows because there is a potential difference. Isn't it so? Current flows only when there is potential difference.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If this is true, then if I by some means I can avoid the potential difference at the surface, then I can, suppose this is the insulator, this is the surface, and these are the two terminals. These are where the two terminals, and the current, one part of the current was flowing through the volume, which is the required current. I want it. And this part will be the problematic part. So what to do? What is done? A peculiar thing is done. I make a electrode point here. This ammeter will read the current. I have connected here. I have connected the battery here. Potential difference, look very carefully. Potential difference is plus here and minus here. So plus and minus potential difference is causing the current to flow through the surface. What you do, now at surface, just surface, there is the same potential plus and plus, this and this. Now will current flow through this?
No, sir.
If you cut off this current flow through the surface in this way, I'm sorry, just the diagram is wrong. Just 1 minute. Not from here. Not from here. It will be from here. So I have cut up this current. Now this plus and this minus will flow. Let it flow. It is flowing through a short circuit. It is not metering. I am not measuring this current. Let it flow. Only the current I will measure will be the volume current now. See carefully. Through the meter, the part that goes will be the volume current, because if it wants to add the surface current due to the same potential, it will not flow. In this way, the surface current is avoided. Only we will get the volume current. This technique is known as guarding. Here let us see. This is known as 3 terminals. Did you see here? Only 2 terminals is not sufficient. I had to add 1 terminal. So that part is explained. See, 3rd terminal added. This is the measured resistance that R12 I want to measure. Now if we put a potential, the current will not flow through this path. It is avoided. Same potential. R13, nothing will flow. So this part is cut off, cross. Only the resistance through insulation will be flowing. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is this guard technique. So we have learned several things. Only to measure insulation resistance, we will have to keep the idea of capacitance charging current, temperature with insulation, moisture or volume with insulation, surface current, taking the guard technique, and then all the rules, that 1 mega ohm per 1000 volt, etc., etc. So several things we have learned, and all these things are important. I hope that you will give the assignment examination. So otherwise you have to read very carefully all these points. For assignment, nothing is required. You just read it, and what assignment will come, you can just give the answer. But still, as engineer, you have to take all these points. In the next class, what I will do, I will explain all these tests. The polarization index. See, polarization index comes from the polarization, which is for mode time. If you see, it is 10 minutes by 1 minute. Dielectric absorption is for short time. See, it is only 3 minutes by 30 seconds. High potential tests are there. There are several type of tests are there. In next class, we will explain these things. Okay. So that's enough for today. Today, what we have learned? We have learned some, mainly the precautionary measure for testing the insulations. So students, I think you are taking the attendance for every day.
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ স্যার নিয়েছি।
হ্যাঁ প্লিজ ওগুলোকে একটু লক্ষ্য করো।
হুম।
আর যার যা সমস্যা হচ্ছে বা অসুবিধা হচ্ছে, আমি এই প্রথম চ্যাপ্টারটা শেষ করলাম তো, প্রথম চ্যাপ্টারটা আর দ্বিতীয় চ্যাপ্টারটা যেহেতু রিলেটেড, এই দুটো নিয়ে একটা টোটাল একটা পিডিএফ তোমাদের পাঠিয়ে দেবো, তাহলে একবারে তোমরা পেয়ে যাবে। না হলে জিনিসটা অর্ধেক হলে বুঝতে পারবে না। অনেক কোনো প্রশ্ন উত্তর পেতে গেলে একবারে পুরো নোটটাই নিতে হবে। পুরো চ্যাপ্টারটা শেষ করি তারপর নোটটা দিচ্ছি, ঠিক আছে?
Okay, sir.
আচ্ছা, তাহলে আজকের মতো হলো। আবার সামনের বুধবার যদি কোনো কারণে আমার অসুবিধা থাকে আমি বলে দেবো, তাহলে সেই বুধবারটা হবে না, তারপর বুধবার আবার হবে, ঠিক আছে? এমনিতে চলবে, এই সময়টাই চলবে। সে তোমাদের কি বৃহস্পতিবার দিন কোনো শিফট করার সম্ভব? মানে ধরো বুধের বদলে বৃহস্পতি বা মঙ্গল
Sir,
এইরকম একটা টাইমে?
স্যার স্যার মঙ্গল প্রবলেম হবে, আমাদের 3টে ক্লাস আছে
না
কম্প্যাক্ট।
ছেড়ে দাও ছেড়ে দাও ছেড়ে দাও, আর কোনো অসুবিধাই নেই।
হ্যাঁ স্যার, বৃহস্পতিবারও স্যার আমাদের অনেকগুলো ক্লাস।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, বুঝতে পেরেছি তার কারণ। হ্যাঁ বুঝেছি, ঠিক আছে আপাতত চলুক। হ্যাঁ বলো।
বলছিলাম কি আপনি এই ফোর্থ ইয়ারদের প্রবলেম না হলে একটু আগে করতে পারেন। আমাদের যে কেবি স্যারের ক্লাসের কথা হতো, স্যার নিচ্ছে না আরো, তো 12টা বা 11টা ক্লাস নিতে চাইলে নিতে পারেন।
আমি চাইলে না, তোমরা চাইলেই হবে, আমার কি আছে।
না ঠিক আছে স্যার, তাহলে ফোর্থ ইয়ারদের প্রবলেম না হলে
এবার ফোর্থ
করতে
ইয়ারটা
পারি।
এখানে আছে, কেউ ফোর্থ ইয়ার নেই?
হ্যাঁ স্যার বলছি, আমাদের তো স্যার এখন ল্যাবের টাইমিংটা 12টা থেকে 1টা দেওয়া আছে, তো ল্যাবের সাথে যদি স্যার ওটা ম্যাচ না করে ডেটটা, তাহলে স্যার আমাদের কোনো সমস্যা হয়তো হওয়ার কথা না, যদি অন্য কোনো
দাঁড়াও,
ইলেকটিভের ক্লাস না
বুধবার,
থাকে।
বুধবারও ল্যাব আছে?
স্যার সেটা একটু ডেট দেখতে হবে স্যার,
এই যে
কিভাবে
মঙ্গলবার
রয়েছে।
বলেছিল আমাকে।
স্যার র্যান্ডম করে
স্যার,
আছে স্যার, মানে
হ্যাঁ স্যার,
একটা উইকে
হ্যাঁ
2-3টে করে
র্যান্ডম
আছে
ম্যানারে
তো।
আছে স্যার। তাছাড়া আমাদের ওই অন্যান্য ইলেকটিভের যারা আছে তাদের সাথে কথা বলে দেখতে হবে ওই সময় কোনো ক্লাস আছে
সেটা
কিনা।
দেখে না, শোনো, এটা তোমরা মিউচুয়ালি ঠিক করবে, মিউচুয়ালি ঠিক করে আমাকে জানাবে, এটাই তো ব্যাপার। ওই গ্রুপ তো আছেই যে স্যার এই টাইমে হবে কিনা, তাহলে আমি বলে দেবো হবে কি হবে না। সেটা তোমরা আগে ঠিক করবে, যদি টাইম শিফট করতে চাও তাহলে আগে তো তোমরা ঠিক করবে না। কি হলো রে বাবা?
হ্যাঁ স্যার, আমরা গ্রুপে
স্যার,
ডিসকাস করে নেব।
সেই ঠিক আছে,
Okay, sir.
তাহলে আমি ছেড়ে দিচ্ছি।